Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay Renee, and I will be reading and reacting to Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit.com. Am I the asshole for getting drunk and cheating on my husband after 6 years? Hi. Hi. So me and my husband have been married for 6 years. 2 years after dating, I made a mistake last Friday and I need some help. Greg is a good guy, but he can be a little frustrating, and that morning he was complaining that he had worked all day and that he wouldn't be able to unwind at home. I told him it's going to be fine, but he didn't reply. Maybe he didn't hear me, but he didn't even ask what I was saying. He kept going on and then started complaining about our bank account. So Greg is the husband. Got it. Last Friday, me and some friends went out for a drink. Since one of them is getting married and we wanted to give her a night to remember, my husband was okay with me having some time for myself. After a couple of drinks, a group of guys get close and begins to talk to us. Let's call him James, sits next to me and begins talking about his job. He's a director of a small company and he talks with such ambition that it makes me more interested in what he's saying. The night goes on and I've been drinking quite a bit. I can't really remember much, but I remember hooking up with James. Father. The next morning, my phone is ringing like crazy. I go check it and I have a couple lost calls from my husband. When I pick up, I just tell him I stay at my friend's place and that my phone had run out of battery. He seemed to understand and asks me if I'm going home anytime soon. I say yes. Then James wakes up, and when I asked about last night, he just... Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Ma'am! You spent the night... Father, you spent the night. You were that wasted that you went home with a stranger. Have you not seen Dahmer? We're going to go back. The next morning, my phone is ringing like crazy. I go check it and I have a couple of lost calls from my husband. When I pick up, I just tell him I stayed at my friend's place and that my phone had run out of battery. He seemed to understand and asked me if I'm going home anytime soon. I say yes, then James wakes up, and when I ask him about last night, he just said I insisted in not using protection. I rush back to my place, trying to leave this one night stand behind me, but I can't forget this guy. Maybe I fell in love with him. The way he talks and he being a young man that has control over his life. Couple errors in there. I remember feeling the same way about my husband before we married, but now he has mostly given up in life, constantly working and with no ambition. He's okay. His dreams seem to have faded away, and now he spends most of his time working instead. When he arrives home, he ignores me most of the time and just spends free time watching sports or playing video games like a child, with eating habits to match. Also, his sexual appetite seems to be through the floor. I tell him it's okay if he can't perform and that I don't blame him, and I really don't. I try to be supportive the most I can, but sometimes that gets to me. Is there any way I can save my marriage? Me and my husband have been married for 6 years, but lately we have been having issues. Oh, this is back to the beginning. Father God. Two shoulders. Two shoulders. Let's read some Okay, before we read the comments. That is very reckless. That's reckless and that's scary. As a married, this and not for nothing, this is why people on this here social media will say that women in relationships, that it's considered cheating to go out with your girls if you're in a relationship. If you've never heard that before, I will try to find a clip and put it in this video.
She started going out with her friends more. When she's with you, she's entertaining other guys. She's getting ready to either attract another guy or step out on you. She's indirectly putting herself out there to attract more male attention.
People genuinely feel that it is cheating for a woman to go out when they're in a relationship. And ma'am, you just set us back.
Your girl's going out with her girlfriends.
I mean, it's... why?
Because goddamn. Not only did you go home with a complete stranger, but you had unprotected sex with this man and spent the night in his house. You are ODing. You took it too far. Not only that, where were your friends? That's the part I'm confused about. Where are the friends? There is no way that I'm on a girls' night out. And first of all, most of my I'm the single friend. Whatever, mind your business. But most of my friends are in relationships. It's whatever. And if we were all out, I can't imagine, even if they were struggling in their relationship, I can't imagine just sitting there kikiing as some guy is in her face. And then she go, how did your friends allow you to go home with this man? I would literally have my friend by the shirt. Like, are you stupid? I don't understand this story. I really don't. People cheat all the time. People cheat every day. All right, cool. But when you're out with your girls and you're telling me that you were so wasted that your girls let you leave. And I know I'm putting more of it on your friends than you, but I just don't get that. Because in the situation, if my friend was in that situation and she's struggling with the man that she's been married with, and we go out and we having a good time and she kikiing and flirting with some guy, there's no way in hell that she's going home with that man. If anything, she will be with me. She will be coming home with me. But there's no way in hell that she's going home with that man. Ain't no way. So I'm confused on how you even got that far. I really am. Unless all of them went home with men. And then at that point, you need to change your circle. And that's why people say that married women shouldn't even hang out with single women. Because that's some single women bullshit. And that's crazy that you was even in that position. Now, again, I'm not putting the blame more on them than you, because at the end of the day, you a grown woman and you made that decision. But I am just confused on how that happened. And you were wasted. Women, it's kind of a thing to not go nowhere by yourself when you're wasted. We don't even go to the bathroom, let alone some person's house. And your husband don't know. And respectfully, and I said this a couple videos ago, but I'm telling you, men go through so much mentally and they don't tell their women. For whatever reason, they don't tell their women. So if throughout the years he used to be ambitious and he used to push, let me tell you something. After a while, you do get tired of pushing. I don't know, you didn't really explain, so I don't want to assume, but for him to kind of be in a slump and then you just go and bust it open for a random one is kind of crazy. That's crazy, man. You are an absolute nuclear asshole and deserve zero sympathy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. That's really wild. Where were your friends? You're the asshole. Of course you are. And you're the type of person who blames their partner for their cheating. His habits and hobbies don't justify your actions. What's worse, playing video games or cheating on your spouse. You claim you were being taken advantage of, yet you also say you fell in love with some rando. And where were your friends? Where were they, ma'am? That's the part that's really, I'm lost. You want to save your marriage. Don't blame your husband for working and stop cheating. Yeah, you're tripping. You're tripping. Don't get me wrong. Like, everybody has needs. And this is why I said earlier that I have two shoulders. Because let this have been on the other foot. And don't attack me. Let this have been the other way around. And the wife stopped sleeping with the husband. Men use that as an excuse to go cheat. And they feel justified. So you're not justified, and I'm not agreeing with you. I'm 100% not agreeing with you. I'm just saying, on this shoulder, people use that. Men specifically use that as a reason to go and do the things that they're doing, which is messed up. And you need to stop doing it. Because now that there's a guy in that same situation, now all of a sudden the female is the asshole, which she is. But I'm just saying, if the female is the asshole in this situation, if roles will reverse, men are the asshole too. But that's not what we're talking about here today. Today we're talking about this female, and this female is the asshole. She violated. You fell in love with some rando. How? You're scary, honestly. Just a tad. Like, I'll fall quick, but not day uno quick. That's a little... You need to talk to someone. And where were your friends? You want to say, yeah, that part, I'm confused. You're the asshole, big time. Not much to say. You really suck. As to if you can save your marriage, who knows? Is it even worth saving? You're the asshole. If you are that unhappy with your marriage, then divorce him and do what you want afterwards. Your husband sounds stressed out from work, so it's no wonder he's like that. If he proceeds to ignore you while you've tried talking to him about it, then it's not much you can do, but nothing justifies cheating. It really, really doesn't. And my thing is, he's playing games. At least that man is in the house. Because, Father, imagine if he wasn't. You're the asshole. If you're not happy with the person, talk about it or divorce, separate, whatever the adult thing to do is. Don't break their trust and try to rationalize it after. Yeah, that was messed up. That was messed up. I didn't expect that. You kind of caught me off guard with that. I'm not even going to hold you. I didn't expect that. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning back in to Shay Renee. If you agree with me, let me know. And if you don't agree with me, also let me know. Like I said, y'all been chewing me up in these comments, but I like it though. I'm here for it. Again, my name is Shay Renee. I've been reading the Am I the Asshole stories. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.